Okay, so this is my second video about Alzheimer's, and today I did not see my name on any of the congressional meeting charts or lists, which is fine, given what happened. In my blog piece, I wrote about what happened. Basically, Congress did not want to hear my personal story. They wanted statistics, and I'm not a statistic. I'm somebody that advocates for Alzheimer's disease, and I will continue to do that since it's multi-generational in my family and for so many other people around the world. I think that more stories should be told instead of statistics. So, to the congressman that logged out in the Zoom meeting, that happened. And I will be back next year, hopefully, at the forum, and I will reapply. So we had today, the 18th, and tomorrow, the 19th, but today is the end of the congressional meetings, as I was told. I was told that by the other advocates from Pennsylvania that advocated on my behalf since my name was unlisted, which is why I have the reminder or post-it note, as I like to call them. It says, behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. So to the 134 advocates that went to advocate on my behalf, without my personal experience and with the statistics that Congress was interested in to get Senate resolutions and House resolutions passed into law, thank you. And I will be back next year. In addition, the fundraisers are still open. They might be open indefinitely. I don't think there's a way to shut them down. I will have to inquire about that. But June 20th is fast approaching, so I'm going to continue to advocate, and it takes personal experience over statistics to win every time. That's what I think, because nobody can take your personal experiences away from you. You live them, you have them in your memory, and that's why I am advocating, because eventually we're going to forget how to run any country globally, because the Alzheimer's will take over and memory loss will take over. It's just a matter of time, and the science is there and the research is there. The funding is not there. It takes years to get funding and scientific breakthroughs. It's a lot that Congress scraps me today. And tomorrow is probably going to be more newsworthy. I mean, we should at least get the 60 seconds of news, because every 67 seconds somebody's diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease or another type of dementia. I'm just speaking freely right now. I don't even have Alzheimer's disease statistics in front of me. I'm just saying that there was a particular state that didn't like my stance on Alzheimer's disease and personal experience, and I was interrupted. So I will continue to film and write and advocate for all my causes, not just Alzheimer's disease. There's a whole list of them. I don't want to list them here. They're listed on my Facebook page, and on my blog it just says advocacy is everything, and I just sum that up that way, because there's too many organizations that need an advocate and need funding and need representation, and someone that's going to log out of a meeting does not represent me. That's what I wrote in my blog. A representative who logs out of a meeting while I'm in the middle of a sentence does not represent me. And the other thing is, why is it that women have to do everything? A majority of the advocates are women, and that's great. But why is it that women have to do everything in society? I mean, I had somebody tell me, you know what? Your name's not on the list today. I'll go for you. That's uplifting to me, that somebody said, you can't go represent yourself and tell your story and get the funding, then I'll go for you. But my thing is, I really don't get how women are expected to, I guess, I don't want to say permanently be in the caretaker role, but that's what society wants, is the caretaker role. The role of a caretaker. I'm just shocked that the science says that women have more of a genetic chance of developing Alzheimer's, and yet women are the multi-generational caretakers as well. So for my name not to be listed for day 2 of congressional meetings just because of my opinion yesterday and my personal experience, that's disappointing. It's more than disappointing, but you know what? At least I tried to advocate virtually on the Hill, as they call it. I think a majority of events are virtual this year for Capitol Hill. So good luck to all the other advocates out there that need funding for their causes, because our forum for Alzheimer's disease and the Alzheimer's impact movement is not until this time next year. Hopefully we will get the bills and resolutions passed. And if not, then there's a whole nother 365 days to look at them all over again. I don't even know if this video is going to upload because my phone isn't charged. So the lesson here is charge all your devices before you film. Because I didn't. Out of frustration, I just wanted to get on here and talk. Yes, I wanted to write about it. But I'm more just frustrated that I was not included in today's congressional meetings because of yesterday's congressional meeting. But that particular state has tourism that it needs, and you can take my tourism opportunity and not expect it, because I will not be going to a state that has a representative that cut me off in mid-sentence just because women are more affected by Alzheimer's disease, whether it's mentally, physically, or genetically. That's what most of the articles say. Just the fact that I advocate with personal stories versus statistics is difficult, because that's what the government wants to look at, is numbers and percentages and graphs and charts and billions and millions of dollars of aid packages versus personal life experience and stories. So, but my question is, what do we have to do to change the narrative of women as caretakers as like 50% of the time? What do we have to do to change the narrative of representation and personal stories versus statistics? Because when you get a folder of statistics, it's just not the same to me as a personal story, whether it's written down or whether it's through video. it's not the same, because that's how you create change. You live through experiences and then you discuss them and then you persuade people to be on your side. So to the 134 advocates and counting for just the state of Pennsylvania who represented me today, thank you again for your generosity and your tenacity and your determination, because I was obviously not invited today, but maybe next year I will be invited again. And I wanted to post this to Facebook Live, but I find with Facebook Live, as I'm talking, I can't respond to the audience typing in commentary at the same time. So I find that YouTube is better. I'll see if I can get this on just the Facebook platform in a different way other than my YouTube channel and try to combine the two. But I prefer pre-taping things and then uploading them instead of having a full audience ask me questions as I'm speaking on camera. I wanted this to be short. I didn't want to take another 30-minute speech like I did for cerebral palsy, even though I have that condition. So I think we're meeting the time limit that I was looking for. A little about over 10 minutes. Wanted it originally to be 10 minutes. But, you get off topic, it turns into 12 minutes. So, please donate to Alzheimer's Association's chapters all over the country so that we can have the legislation passed. Because it's going to take, let's be honest, it's going to take years to change things. And that's what the virtual gathering taught me, is it's going to take years. And I'm not going anywhere to abandon this cause, because it's going to affect everybody at some point, at some time, locally, federally, globally. The disease isn't going anywhere. There's no discrimination. It doesn't care about statistics. It doesn't care if you're the main caretaker of a household. It takes hold of people and doesn't let them go. That's why it's called the long goodbye. Alzheimer's is cruel like that. I'm gonna have to stop talking now, because if I continue talking, I won't be able to edit myself, and this is live on YouTube, so I want to keep it professional and just say that I will continue to advocate for Alzheimer's disease until there's a cure or a way to slow the progression of the disease. Either or. We need both. And there's been no changes in my 15-year experience with the disease. That's 15 years. That would be the same amount of years that I am celebrating from graduating from high school. So in 15 years, not much has changed, except my determination to find a cure and help other people is, it burns bright, and it's going to stay that way until we figure out how to help people through this chapter in their lives. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching, whoever is watching this. And please donate. And if you can't donate, at least have the discussion about Alzheimer's disease, whether it's in your own family, whether it's through film, whether it's through documentaries, whether it's through books. I'm just going to shorten it and say the arts in general, because I can go on and on. But yeah, pay attention to how it's represented in the field of the arts, because it's important to at least have the discussion about Alzheimer's, whether it's genetically in your family and affects you or not. In my case, there's a familial chance generationally, so that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I could forget that I even made this video and develop it myself someday. So it's important to document my work now as an advocate, and then in addition continue to write and continue to film as I want to. Yeah. So thank you again for watching, and please advocate for the end of Alzheimer's disease. Maybe in my lifetime we'll see a cure, we'll see some change, because 2 generations before me didn't get the chance. Maybe in my generation Alzheimer's disease will get a chance.